Deadlifts.
10 push-ups.
Oh god, it's
Reverse grip.
deadlift, isn't
A
it?
squat snatch ladder.
Anything possible!
Fuck you!
That, my friend,
That checks can crush
is
his tail.
17.3.
Good shit.
Well, because
I love squat snatches. I've been like wanting them, and they never do them. It's always squat clean, so it's gonna be fun.
Just wait till Saturday because my shoulder.
And I like what it's paired with. Be cool, be grippy. It'll make you breathe some, but it's awesome.
Welcome, guys, to the 17.3 Misfit Athletics Open podcast. We're here with the 2000 best or most fit.
Dropping bombs like 2 seconds.
best.
into
He
it.
almost got him too. The
worstest, Mr.
Mr. 2000. That's
Fat loser
Shit.
boy.
All right, I'll
Page
try
7,
that again.
Northeast. Check me out.
All right. Before we get into the misery that is 17.3, Drew, what you got?
SharpenTheXco.com. All kinds of new gear. Really excited to announce that, if you didn't see it on Instagram, we have our very own competition plates, Misfit Athletics plates. You can order those at SharpenTheXco.com. Also at SharpenTheXco.com, under events, we have Misfit Athletics 2.0 Training Camp, San Antonio, Texas, Pillar CrossFit, April 7th to the 9th. Word on the street is Mr. Turbo Baby is going to be there. All kinds of regionals,
Truth.
athletes.
It's gonna be dope.
It's going to be great. The whole Texas crew. We've got a few other people we're working on. It's going to be a really exciting weekend. Hope you can make it. Another thing we failed to mention last weekend. The fuck am I talking about? Last Thursday.
Yeah, like a fucking full week ago.
That we fill up on remote coaching every year right after the Open ends. And we get this really long waiting list through the summer. People get kind of mad, fall out, don't want to use the remote coaching anymore.
Get mad at Sherb.
They get mad at Sherb for blocking them from remote coaching. So if you guys are in kind of that panic mode, what happened with my 2017 season, you're already thinking about 2018 season, or you want to coach through regionals, the games, whatever it is, put that application in under the services tab on misfitathletics.com so that you can talk with a coach while there's actually still slots open. And I think that's it. Does that cover it, Gabe?
Yep.
You done good.
All right. Who are the athletes that are currently in qualifying positions around the world?
I'm glad you said that this week. Qualifying positions. That is the key to this list. So let's just tear through it really quick. Hope I don't screw up any names this week, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you. Central East, Emma Chapman, Paul Castillo, and Zach Souder. In the North Central, we have Megan Scales, Brendan Willis, Marshall Creed, Dylan Martin, and Matt Green. That's a nice lineup we have over there in the North Central. Mid-Atlantic, our very own Mackenzie Riley, Josh Mabry, Cody Bradburn, and Nate Long, who is a remote coaching client, actually.
Good job, Sherb.
Whooping
He is.
Sherb's ass.
Yeah, he's Sherb's client, and Sherb's getting his ass whooped by him. So
Is that the mark of a good teacher when your clients are better than you? The master is not as good as the student, something like that?
Quit
yeah,
tooting your horn. but
all right,
that's the
something
goal.
like that.
Is
Whatever
that the
that
quote?
means.
Fucking
Whatever that
poet.
means.
Is that the quote?
Southeast, Corey Gibson. In Europe, we have Johanna Julius Daughter, Arnie Christensen, and Yildiz Upenix. That's
I like
my,
it.
That's my best attempt.
Count it.
NorCal, the fabulous China Cho, Danielle, Brandon, Jordan Eldridge, and Jordan Ginta. Yes. I got a thumbs up. That means I was close. Northwest, Sam Quant, Joe Silvestri, and Race Southworth, the good old boys. Northeast, Claudia Vasquez, Corey Lunny, and CrossFit MF's own
Your boy.
Max Bragg.
That's what he go by, I think. Your boy.
That's what we call him.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, he's very gangster. No, he cuts down trees for a living.
Hey, the first time I saw him, he had a Goldschlager hat on.
The
That's not
first
really
time you
that
saw him,
gangster,
he
is
was
it?
like 16 years old.
He had that flow going, too.
He's been with us for a long time.
He was 16?
Pretty much. I mean, he's like
Jeez.
19 now or
Looks like,
something,
wow,
right?
16.
Yeah.
In
Backhand.
Latin America, we have Zathan Simpson sitting in third place. In the Southwest, we have Tylin Rashawn, Chloe Wilson, Sammy Valentine, and Quinn Boyer. In the South Central, which, that's where we live when we're not in Maine, we have a whole bunch of people. We have Alexis Johnson, Jessica Alvoit, Rachel Campbell, Travis Williams, Dusty Flores, Kendall Kersey, and probably like 6 more that we don't even know about. So it's just kind of how it goes when we go down there. It's pretty cool. And several in the top of the region, but Who cares? It's only week 2. We're in week 3 now, so it doesn't matter.
Sleeping underneath the rug.
Get out of here.
Underneath the rug now.
All right. 17. Nope. Yep. 17.3. What world am I in right now? Okay.
Where are you?
17.3. We just did it. I thought when it was announced, and I still think it's one of the best open tests that's ever been created. I love the fact that they're bringing squat snatch into the open. I think that movement by itself separates people who should be headed to regionals from the people who may just have a good motor, a couple skills, whatever. That movement itself is complex enough. As the weight gets heavier and heavier, it really by itself will separate the people who should be moving on to the next level. So
Definitely is the most technical barbell movement that we'll see, I think, in the open, or we have to this point. So I think it's definitely a huge separator between the middle of the pack and the top dog. So,
and it's probably, I like chest to bar paired with it too. I think it's a great couplet, but the chest to bar are, everyone can do chest to bar in CrossFit these days, but not everyone can move that barbell over and over again under fatigue. So for me, the way that the workout's set up, the way that the weights get heavier as it goes on, the workout is like beautifully governed to allow the fittest to kind of come up through, and there's no place for the fakers to hide. Like, you either won't move the bar, you'll get too tired and can't move the bar. The chest to bar are just kind of something to tease you. Fatigue, the snatch itself shouldn't actually be a problem if you have any aspirations of getting to the next level. So
how did you feel with the jump from 135 to 185? I know it's a big jump for most of our, everyday CrossFitters.
I actually took a lot more time than I needed to because I thought it was going to feel a lot heavier than it did. For me, in a workout like that, where you go grip back and forth, although the snatch isn't super grippy, especially with singles, I was a little bit scared, but I overpulled it a little bit because of that, and then I knew that I could kind of settle into it. So, I'm excited about this workout because, sometimes a couplet can be unbalanced, and then someone can make the excuse of, I don't like this movement, I don't like that movement, but man, this is just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and that's when a couplet becomes that true test of fitness. Do you want to keep going back to the chest to bar, get those done, get back on the snatch? So it was a fun workout to do, and I'm really excited to watch our athletes specifically do it because obviously we're somewhat obsessed with movement efficiency, so that's second nature to most of our people. So
and efficiency under fatigue.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm obsessed with.
It's going to be a fun afternoon tomorrow. Really is. Excited to watch those guys and myself.
You're going to
Well,
watch
watch
yourself?
Well, let's
watch them, those guys and myself.
Since you
through
probably, out of the 4 of us, maybe have the best chance of getting the best score here. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Potentially.
You have a shot at finishing this workout. And maybe not. You have a shot, right? You can snatch 265.
You can.
You have good chest to bar.
Pretty good.
You have pretty decent high rep snatching ability.
Yep.
Okay. You have a motor.
Sometimes.
So how do you put all these together and
Are you
make it happen?
confident?
I'm ready to do this. I'm excited. I saw this.
So how do you do it?
Personally, I'm going to be smart about the singles on the snatches. I think early on, an athlete can get a little too jacked up and want to or be tempted to do the 95 and 135 as touch and go reps. I don't think it will kill you, but I think at the same time you should be priming yourself to move well when the heavier bars come up later in the workout. For me, I'm going to look to do the chest to bars in unbroken for maybe the first 2 rounds, the 6s and the 7s. Start to get to the 8s, the 9s, the 10s. It might be smart to break it up so that you don't spend that time under tension, you don't lose your pull, and doesn't affect you later on in the snatch. It also can keep your heart rate down because everyone's done a big set chest to bar pull-ups and hit the ground and I'm like, oh man, now I'm out of breath.
Oh yeah.
And have that affect you later on because if you're heaving breath, it's hard to grab a heavy barbell and want to move it quickly. So
even in the 7s, you did 7 and it was like 10 seconds before you were back to the snatch bar. And
wow.
I know
Different
that's
story.
early. I know that's
Come
early
on,
on, but
Seth.
To be
when
honest,
you get later on, it has a little mental fatigue to it when you get right back to the bar. So it can be a good way to break up and give yourself a second to think, okay, I'm not right back at the bar, and keep you moving forward. I think
You have to know yourself. If you're the
Right.
type of person that likes the whole red line and recover,
that's me.
I think
for
you're
sure.
actually going to be perfectly fine going with that strategy. You're going to give yourself more time, and then you're going to come back to earth, and people are going to catch up a little bit. But I don't think you can outpace yourself unless you act like a maniac in this workout. And then if you're that person that has the really steady, it looks slow, but it actually ends up being fast kind of a thing, you're perfectly fine going with that strategy as well. This is, we were talking about it before we started recording, and it's like, because you can't screw this workout up, it's on you. It's just, are you going to go out there and perform, get it done? Because no one wants to do that many chest to bar pull-ups again Sunday and Monday and that whole deal. So it's just on the athlete to go out there and perform, play your game, and then, dig deep, be confident. There isn't a ton to say about this workout. I mean, I wish, again, that we had, we could give you guys that thing, but confidence and working hard. I mean, there's
no special way to hand the barbell to the other hand like there is in week one.
No.
It's just you go out there and make sure that kind of like what Matt was saying, every rep should look like the last rep. So he's going to start with singles. He's going to make sure that 95 is smooth and perfect. He's going to make sure that 135 is smooth and perfect. And he's hoping that that builds into the 185, 225, and so on. So that's why he's going to start a certain way so that he doesn't have to make adjustments. The weight gets heavier, he just pulls a little more, right? And you're ready for this sort of weight. You're ready for, again, snatching under fatigue, which we always talk about lifting under fatigue. We practice it all the time. He'll either show that his conditioning is where it needs to be and his endurance on, I guess it's kind of a pull. I mean, we'll see what his pulling endurance is, but again, we do this stuff all the time. This workout, the best will just rise to the top. It's just so well written. It's such a great test. There's no other way to do it. Now, people are going to say, we'll have 100 critics after this goes out telling us, oh, no, they could screw it up like this. They could screw it up like that. People that are going to go to regionals, that should be at regionals, will not screw this up. They know how this works. They know what this isn't sets of 15, 20 chest to bar. It's 6, 7, 8, right? If you can't do that, if you have to break that up to get through it, you're probably not going to regionals anyway. Like, regionals athletes don't have to break up 8 chest to bar. They don't have to. It may be smart, but they do not have to, and that will not impact a 225 snatch. And if you're struggling at the 245 bar under fatigue, it's likely your max is around 265 anyway, if you're already struggling at the 245. If you snatch the 275, 280, or higher range, 245 is an afterthought. If you're a CrossFitter that's lifting weights regularly under fatigue, 245 becomes an afterthought, even that deep into this workout. One thing that we don't really talk about enough in the sport is CrossFitters get better the deeper they are in workouts. They don't necessarily get stronger, but they get the ability to pull more efficiently. Usually they're so primed and so fired up and turned on that they can pull weights that they didn't really think that they would be able to when they're a little more cold. CrossFitters thrive deeper in workouts under volume. This is what that is. If you're a true CrossFitter and you're in shape, you're going to be fucking fine. If you're a faker and you're enjoying your first couple weeks on the leaderboard and you shouldn't be there, you're fucking gone. You're
fucking fired.
It's over. There's nothing else.
All right, sure. So mobility-wise, this could be an issue for you. Let's say you catch something out in front, whatever. What's your routine for a higher rep overhead squat or squat snatch workout before you go in? What are you going to do to open up shoulders, hips, ankles, whatever it is? What's your thing?
Fortunately for me, my upper body is pretty mobile. It's not a shoulder-related mobility issue for me. It's going to be hips and ankles. So I'm going to grab the floss band because that's my best friend. I'll spend a couple minutes on both sides with that ankle, pushing it through all ranges of motion.
Ankle, though.
Yeah, it's a great ankle. And then for me, it's just I put the floss in my adductors, high hip, and just squat, duck walk, put a bar overhead squat it. Just getting those positions. What was cool, you guys could see when Seth was going, he might have looked a little tight at 95, but as he got going into 135, you guys are going to move yourself. If you can move correctly, you're going to be able to get low in those positions because your body's going to warm up and push the shelves down in those positions. But you should still spend time early on getting loose so that the 95 and 135 is not questionable. You don't want a no rep. No reps aren't going to kill you, but you don't want them to add up over the course of the workout.
Right.
And that's why I love, for anybody that really is going to struggle with this, really trying to figure it out, that's why I love pause squats a little bit heavier than you're normally going to go. Even if you have to take it out of the rack because the snatch is going to be, who knows what's going to happen during the workout. Take it out of the rack, put the bar up overhead, hang out down on the bottom with the bar up over your head for a little while and try to feel that position out. And then, it's important to say, the CrossFit community is this place where you can just show up and try to be a professional athlete, right? We do have a butterfly chest to bar progression video on our YouTube channel, and I'm sure Ted's going to throw that up on Facebook. So if you're like, man, I don't have my butterfly again, this is another year coming around, maybe take an extra day or two, try to go through that progression, see if it helps you at all, and then, attack the workout Sunday or Monday.
You got to hope something clicks to make a last-minute change. But, yeah.
If
they're shitty, anything's worth trying at this point, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
And you've got the people who get 2 and then okay, let's try this unbroken.
Yeah.
So if you guys do get you get it down and you're starting to get 2s and 3s, stay there. There's nothing
And
wrong
what's
with
cool
that.
with this workout too is you can get away with doing small sets as long as your rest is short. So even if you are start
Hey,
struggling, you can
imagine
do
that.
2 or 3, fall down or mess up, go jump right back up and do it again. So you can get away with that in this workout.
You brought this up earlier. Lifters or no lifters?
I was trying to make a joke earlier on, but just stick with what works for you. If your mobility is something that struggles for you, wear your lifters. A shoe that weighs a half pound more than your running shoes is not going to make you terrible at chest to bar pull-ups. It doesn't have
It's no high rep.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. There's no magic way that those shoes are going to wear you down and mess up your chest to bar pull-ups.
No.
So wear what works for you. If you want to wear knee sleeves, you want to wear lifters, if you want to have a belt standby, you have time to do that. You just got to make sure that you're doing it properly. Have things you need. Works. Whatever
Make
works
sure
for
you
you.
have a plate, bitch.
Yeah,
Changing
make sure you
your
have a play
plates.
bitch. Make
Don't
sure your
do that
transitions
yourself.
you're tight. You have a chalk you need. All that stuff.
What do you warm up to on the snatch to prime yourself? I mean, is there a need to really get heavy before you do this workout?
I'll probably get up to 185 and call it good there, just to make sure that big jump, that's the biggest jump of the entire workout. That obviously I'm fine there, but I don't. For most high level athletes, their normal snatch routine is going to be something like 115 or 135, and then 185, and then their heavy barbells. So it's kind of a thing that you've practiced enough in training.
It'll
to
be
get
warmed
there.
up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
More
And
than,
adrenaline's gonna be pumping, so that's a huge factor
it'll
too.
be warmed up better than you guys ever spend the time warming up for a snatch day in your whole life. You'll snatch better than you normally do. So, I mean, there you will see PR lifts in this workout. People always say, "Oh, how's that possible? People are cheating." No. Thousands and thousands of people are going to snatch 225 for the first
It's
time.
gonna be astonishing.
Hundreds of people are going to snatch 245 for the first time, and dozens of people, if not more, are going to snatch 265 for the first time. Fact. It's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's why this workout's so great.
Sorry that we
Anything else?
don't have any magic tricks for you guys. To be honest, though, wouldn't you rather rely on the fact that you're actually fit and
Fit.
skilled?
You've worked all year for it.
Yeah,
Show
yeah.
it.
If people are confident with where they're at and they've been working with us, they've literally gone through this style of workout. I don't even know how many times this year. I mean,
We've snatched on fatigue in the last 2 months a dozen or more times. Like we're seasoned for this. You've done it enough. Be confident in your ability and just go out and execute.
that's why I like the test. I'm biased. It's like right up my alley. So, yeah. Anything else,
Not
guys?
so much up his alley. I'm
Well, oh yeah, not for me, for you.
I got one.
From me for you. Fuck. You'll probably get next week too.
Handstand push-ups.
I hope week 5 is just like bring the pain, and I'm going to be so willing to bring it. I'm going to.
That would be
so
exciting, though.
Willing to
I
bring
want
it.
the exact
I'm
same
gonna
thing.
be
I want it
so
tied
mad.
up.
Close battle.
Are you already
Oh.
looking ahead to week 5? So you just
Well, I mean, I assume that handstand push-ups are coming.
It'd be
I
weird.
lose.
It'd be weird with what they've done in the past to do handstand push-ups in the final week.
Yeah, it'd be
would.
really
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm saying like week 5, just make it a pain workout and let's fucking bring it. I'm ready.
sweet.
All right.
Neat.
Enough of us. We're boring. Guys, good?
I'm good.
Think
All
so.
right.
Good luck,
Until
guys.
next week. Thanks for tuning in. See you.
Thanks, guys.